Hello my cosmic besties and welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about the two new moons which we have happening in the sign of Aries this Aries season. Now, before we begin, I know I'm a day late for this video coming out, but the thing is, energies do not stay confined within boxes. Energies start flowing before an actual event happens, and they will remain behind. They'll leave behind traces even after the event has passed, which is why with major transits you'll start feeling the energies and some of the occurrences around those areas before and even after the actual transit. So the energy of this new moon, even though the new moon has passed, the energy will be staying with us for at least the next 3 to 4 days. So, well, better late than never. And also we have a second new moon coming up in the sign of Aries. Yes, another new moon happening in the sign of Aries on 20th of April. The new moon happens when the moon actually comes in between the earth and the sun, so the rays of the sun is actually falling on the back of the moon and its face is towards us, and since it's falling on the back of the moon we are not able to see the reflection which is happening, and that is why for us earthlings it appears as if there is no moon in the sky. It's pitch black, so that is when we call it a new moon. And new moons are moons when the moon and the sun are also in the same sign, because they have aligned in a single line, which is why we are not able to see the reflection. So they always happen in the same astrological sign. Now usually we get about 12 new moons in a year, but this year it's a bit of a rare occurrence and we're getting an additional 13th new moon. And what I love particularly is that the additional 13th new moon is actually an Aries new moon, because it is really promising for us, because it just talks about the new intentions which we can plant at this time. First of all, it's springtime for us in the northern hemisphere. Obviously in the southern hemisphere it's autumn right now, but with spring there is this energy of growth, there is this energy of planting new seeds, and the earth is just coming out of a harsh winter, and now the earth now all the snow is melting away, all the ice is melting away from the surface of the earth, so the earth has all this moisture in it, right? So this is a great time to plant those new seeds, and a lot of plantation happens at this time. Grasses reform, they take root again, plants start coming out of their hibernation, or trees start coming out of their hibernation, nature starts coming out of its hibernation, and they start growing. So spring brings this energy of growth with it. Obviously for the south people in the southern hemisphere it's the opposite, and it's the time when the earth is readying itself to go into a hibernation mode. It's not yet in the hibernation mode, but it's like the deep releasing. It's a releasing phase which is happening right now for people in the southern hemisphere. But yeah, so as I was saying, usually we get about 12 new moons in a year, but obviously this year is a bit of a rare occurrence, and you see, because the moon cycle is actually 29.5 days, and since our calendars are not perfectly synchronized with the moon cycle, sometimes we get an additional new moon. So because we cannot see the moon right now, so it's almost like the moon has taken a bath at this time, so it's fresh, it has shed all its old energy, and now it is starting from zero once again. So if you know about tarot, it's like the major arcana, the fool's journey once again, and the moon will start from zero and then it will grow gradually. So this is actually makes it a great time for planting those new seeds and making those new intentions, and setting those new resolutions, setting those goals and objectives which you would like to achieve in the next 6 months. Because from my own personal observation, what I feel is that whatever you start with a new moon tends to grow and take root over the next 6 months. So if it is meant to stay in your life, it will grow over the next 6 months, or if it is not meant to stay in your life, then it will just go out of the window. You will see it slowly dying down and going out of your life. So this is a great testing ground. What I love particularly about this particular time is that we just came into a new astrological year. So there is this energy of newness which is already present here in this sign. right now with us. And then we have the Aries new moon, which already happened yesterday. And so which whatever we want to work upon in this astrological year, it is really a great time to plant those seeds and work upon those things, work on those goals. It's a great time for making new intentions and those new resolutions, because if you have ever, I don't know if I've ever wondered like why New Year resolutions hardly ever seem to work, and it's because we are having the calendar New Year, that is the 1st of Jan, and it's Capricorn season. So even though it's a new calendar year, which it is, agreed, which it is, I agree, but it's not a the energy of newness is still not here completely. Yeah, the energy starts flowing from the new year, from the new astrological year. The energy will start flowing, and I guess that is why we do this new year thing, and that in itself is great. But then the energy of newness is not here completely, which is why our new year resolutions hardly ever seem to work. But if whatever resolutions, I will say it's a better time to make those resolutions or those set those goals and objectives which you would like to achieve in an astrological year, and this is the perfect time to do so in this new moon energy. And this season, this month, this Aries season is even more significant and even more amazing because, well, I might be a little biased because I'm a natal Aries moon, so of course I do love Aries moon because it's happening in my own sign. But I feel like this time is even better because we get two new moons. So whatever you can start planting some new seeds this month in this energy, in this new moon energy, and then you can review whatever you have planted on the 20th of April, and you can see what you need to weed out of your life and what you need to keep going on, because you'll have some more clarity in about a month, right? So it's really a great time to start with those new intentions and see what's working for you and what is not. And obviously you'll have more clarity as you walk through this thing, because this is a phase of growth, and whatever you want to grow, this is a great time for making those for starting those things. There is just this whole energy in the air which is talking about this newness, about this transformation, about new things, about things beginning anew. And this is great. That is great. I am honestly in love with this particular Aries season, but obviously I'm a little biased because that's my natal moon. But even without that, I would say like right now, whatever is happening in the cosmos is like so magical. I see so much of spiritual growth actually happening in people. So many people are waking up almost every day to spiritual gifts, and people are being led towards spirituality. And as a spirituality enthusiast, and I'm a ninth house sun in Mercury, so spirituality is a huge part of my life. And also I'm a 12th house north south node, so again, huge fan of spirituality. I love when people start making those shifts, people start aligning themselves towards spirituality. Now of course I don't support blind spirituality, or where you're just following stuff with and not doing any logical thinking or reasoning for yourself. But I love the whole shift which is happening right now. And yeah, so coming back to the topic at hand, and without straying too far off the topic, the first new moon has already happened, and it happened at 0 degrees Aries. So it just talks about that cosmic reset, about resetting our cosmic clocks and then starting anew. Like, what are the things which you would like to start planting this year? What would you want to materialize in the future? Would you like to leave behind? And also, as we progress through the sign of Aries in the upcoming month, we'll go the sun will move and it will conjunct Chiron. The sun will touch Chiron, and obviously that is going to bring up some of those parts of ourselves which are not yet healed and which need some releasing, right? And that again is such a magical thing in itself, because yeah, it might be painful, it is going to be painful, I'm not going to lie about that, but also it's promising that yes, healing is also going to happen, because it's Aries season. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to overcome something if you set your mind to it. So this is what I particularly love about this season. And obviously then the sun moves forward and it will touch Jupiter, it will meet Jupiter in the sign, and then we'll have an expansion. More new ideas are coming into us, more new avenues are opening up for us, and more new things are just looking brighter, bright and cheerful and promising this astrological year. And then we go head on to the, obviously we'll have the full moon in the month in about 15 days as well, but we're not talking about the full moon today. Then we move on to the new moon again on the 20th of April, and we have our second Aries new moon this year, and we also have a solar eclipse. Now, obviously, that's going to be an entirely separate topic and a very powerful topic, and that's going to take another video entirely, and I'm not going to put it in this video and take too much of your time. Then we are also able to see like what are the painful areas which crept up during the Sun conjunction with Chiron. What are the parts of ours which are still unhealed? What do we need to heal? What do we need to tend to? And once we have tended to those things, once we have focused on those things and tended to our wounds, we'll be able to move forward in a new direction, and our pace will actually fasten up as soon as we take care of those parts of ourselves which are hurting. Because obviously, if your leg is wounded, if you have a cut on your leg, and if you are bleeding out from your leg, you won't be able to run as fast as you could if you would just wait and patch up those wounds. So this Aries season is talking about the same things. Plan those seeds, plan those intentions, but also have the patience, because we are also having another new moon, and you can go ahead and review your plans and your intentions and how the first 30 days of those plans and intentions went. So that was it for this episode. I'll be doing another episode with, and I'll be doing a reading, short reading for all the 12 signs too, so do keep an eye out for that. And thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe if you feel called to do so, and hopefully I'll see you the next time. Bye, and I wish you much love and happiness and healing and new growth and new opportunities opening up for you.